talk about ethics before we get into this shit. Now, I ain't came with my notes. I'm gonna wait till folks come in. They gonna storm out. They gonna come in about 20 deep, probably if YouTube send them in. They gonna storm in and out. But we popping shit, man. We just going with the flow. I seen something today that was disturbing, but the girl was on her P's and Q's. So I'm at Dollar Tree, and it's a couple. I don't want to call them, just call them a group. It's a male and two females. They all look like they're in their 20s, right? They got a legit with them, which is clearly one of the kids' son. So nigga say to the jit, he say, or the girl said at first, she said, put that candy back. You can't get that. Now, in my time coming up, bitch, mama say, put that candy back. Nigga, you put that candy back. You might, but. And she say, ain't no but nothing. Put that goddamn candy back. And they tell a quick story before that. When I was in private school, which was a ghetto hood school, but it taught a lot of shit, but it was like a black private school. I tried to steal a moon pie. I got away with the shit. Soon as I got in my mama's car, and she heard something opening, and I was opening a little moon pie, like a banana moon pie. Bitch, my mama whooped the shit out of me. I don't know what happened to the moon pie, but I know I ain't eat it. And she went back inside and paid for the moon pie. I say all that to say, fast forward. So today, the girl say to her son, put the candy back. Jit don't put the candy back. Motherfucking, it's a male with him. Adult male, nigga. He said to the kid, hey, put the candy away. The kid still don't put the candy back, just holding on to the shit. While the girl started trying to dig up some money to pay for what she already got. Even though she got more than enough, or it looks like more than enough, because she had 100 in her hand. Maybe that's just the front. Point is, I started taking bets in my head, my own black stereotypical bets. Like, what's the odds she gonna let this little nigga walk out of the store with the candy? Because, like, the girl, the cashier, wasn't really paying too much attention, too much, like, to see, like, because I'm the type of nigga, I would have been like, yo, what y'all gonna do with this candy, though? Before they left, I was just me. And I know some people say, man, this ain't your store, man. This some cracker store. I get it, understood, heard. But at the end of the day, we talking about moral lessons. So, what y'all gonna do with this goddamn candy? So, point is, though, Jit just walking in circles. So, the mama say one more time before she finished paying. Put that candy back, boy. Goddamn, the mama pays. And what do you know? The mama walk out the store, and the kid walk out the store with the goddamn candy in his hand. Nobody checks him. And I said, look at these niggas think they slick. So I get to the register, and it's time for me to pay for my little shit, whatever. I said, damn, that's fucked up, the lesson they trying to teach the little kid. Because I know the cashier had to see it. And so I was like, that's a fucked up lesson, because they're going to be like, oh, he got that candy, boy. He did that. He did. And now Jit is going to grow up a petty fucking thief over some fucking shit that costs $1.50 that his people could have easily paid for. And so, shout out to the cashier chick. She said, oh, don't worry. I charged her for that. I said, I was like, oh, you on point. You slick. You got her ass. And I was thinking, you got to think steps ahead. So for anybody who ever worked cashiers or shit, and you hear somebody say, they tell their kid, put the candy down, ring that shit up anyway. Because these parents these days are teaching bad fucking habits. And I wanted to say, dog, that shit pays off. It doesn't pay off in the end, dog. You teaching a little nigga to steal something that's $1.50 and you got $100 bill in your hand. What kind of petty ass person is you? That's why I wanted to say that. Haven't spoke on that. What it is, Nate? What it is, Miss Lynn? And what it is, Bentley? Cooling? I just, man, vibing, man, going with the flow, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of in my feelings about a couple things and shit, like, and whatnot, but I'm maintaining. So watch this, though. So now, mind you, if y'all got some shit for me to pop, please put it out there in the atmosphere, and I'm going to speak on it. I'm just going with the flow for right now, you did. So, check it out. I don't know what fools say. You trying to get, hey, I don't mind you pop your shit on my stream, but go ahead and drop a like with it. Otherwise, I block your ass and you don't get no comment time. You feel me? Outside said, what it is, fool, cooling. Moses Mood say hello. Somebody else asked to be shot out. I don't mind shot you out, but go ahead and shot that like out. Bet that up. I got first place in state wrestling. Oh, Lord, man. Y'all seen that shit with Offset? Offset with what that is, Cody, some shit, the Jamaican nigga, Kofi Kingston, and the other nigga Evans. That was some fun. I thought he was gonna do more though. Like, remember at least back in the days, Floyd Mayweather punch on the Big Show and his shit. You remember that shit? And it was like, it was kind of cool to see that. I thought they were gonna at least, bro. Offset, you need to redeem yourself. At least go slam somebody, bro. Like these niggas got techniques. They professionals. They'll jump in your arms and you can just finish it off like a suplex. Do something like you distracting the nigga and shit. Hit a nigga with a chair. Hit a nigga in the head with a chair. Do something like, I thought you were gonna take the little cloth off of the rope, you know, and you what they call it, the turnbuckle. Take the little safety shit off the turnbuckle and let a bitch head get banged. Do something like that us wrestling fans as a kid can actually say, damn, bro, he did that, he did that. So shit like that. I think that'd be dope for the culture. Anyway, let's see. Moses said hi again. Janae Silver said, what's up? I'm coolin', baby girl. Love your name. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I don't know what the rest of these niggas hollering about. So this is what we finna pop. So I just seen some shit was talking about the billionaires and the ceremonies. And if y'all got some shit for me to talk and put out there, man, go ahead and put out there in the comments, man, and I'm gonna speak on it like subject matters you would like me to speak on. Trolls, I fuck with trolls, but I fuck with certain kind of trolls. I fuck with trolls that's like interesting. Any troll that just like bland and they just saying some old silly shit like, oh, you're gay, or you're this, is that panties on your head? You get no knock, bro. That's like a kindergarten mentality shit. I don't even play with like, only kid I'm playing with is a kid that came from my balls. Outside of that, you niggas gotta find your own father. You feel me? With that said though, what I pop a shit about? Oh yeah. So they what came back up is, man, you can tell how I talk, fam. If you can't tell how I talk, you should know where I'm from. This for anybody coming in the room. Every podcast, I'm gonna start saying this shit. If you need to learn lingo, if I was saying, hey homie, hey, and shit like that, then you could probably guess this nigga probably from the West Coast. And I say, what up, Dunn? What up, God? What up, son? What's happening, B? Or some shit like that. You could probably take a guess what I'm saying. If I say, what's happening, baby? What going on, baby? You could probably guess what every region got their own kind of slang. If I say, what's happening, shout it? Hey, shout it, check this out, shout it. You could probably guess. I'm back in this bitch, man. Somebody say that's Louisiana. Good guess. That's Louisiana, you feel me? Other person say that's Atlanta. You see, that's what I'm saying. We got some people with some wit in here. So if I say, now mind you, did this. If I peep the play now, look at the lingo. I say peep the play. Did this. Hey, what the lit read? These are fucking lingos that you probably ain't heard. But at the same time, you could did. If I called you jit, jit should be a dead giveaway. How many niggas say jit? You feel me? So did that, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't did that, then cuz you just gonna have to take a guess. I'm from all over then. You did. But y'all, cuz, like, I need somebody to really pick the play and be like, oh, that was found from. Found from such and such. You did. That's how that go, bro. Like, and I'm gonna be wherever you niggas say I'm from, cause I'm all over the place. I like to think that I'm a universal nigga as far as in America, bro. I go any place and I fit right in because I'm from that demographic where I'm from the struggle. That's all you need to know, bitch. I'm your cousin. I got a cousin that's just, I'm like the cousin you got in everybody's family. You feel me? I think I fit in like a chameleon. I don't try to fit in, but I just be myself, and I'm just that relatable to where I done been in hoods in Kansas, not Kansas, but Kansas City, Missouri, and I done been in St. Louis and motherfucking what other different hoods I done been in? Hoods all through the South. It ain't a hood really in the South I ain't been in. When I say it ain't a hood, I'm talking about in a metropolitan city. So shit, yeah, man, like that's what I'm talking though. Like, and I ain't making myself like I'm a big dog. I just think that when you know the etiquette that you supposed to have, hood etiquette, and how to stand on your own tippies, but at the same time be respectful and not because nobody like a bully, dog. I be trying to tell niggas that, dog. Nobody likes bullies, dog. Like niggas think the Debos of the world is the shit. Debos of the world get killed every day. And you know the funny part, and I ain't gonna go too deep into this subject. I'm just simply saying that I always tell people when you see the news, be slow to judge and quick to try to get the full dynamic of the story, because they only gonna show you when Debo got what came to him. They're not gonna show you what Debo was fucking with people making a million enemies until somebody knocked his ass off. You feel me? That's why I always walk light with respect. You did. Anyway, I am from the East Coast. Have you heard of Big L before? Come on, Big L. Now it's so funny. Like I don't know a Big L song I could sing or rap or recite, but I remember his freestyles. He had those legendary freestyles. Big Pun. I seen a freestyle with Big L and Big Pun in the same session, and they were going at it. You feel me? So they say that if he wouldn't have got killed, he was gonna be like bigger than Biggie and Jay-Z. That's what they say. I think Big L was basically a good, like how they do player comparisons. Big L was a little Snoop. Everybody who remember Lil Snoop and what they say Lil Snoop could have been, that's what Big L was. You feel me? Lord Finesse. I heard of Lord Jamar. I don't know about Lord Finesse. I think that name sound familiar, but I know Lord Jamar from Oz. You feel me? That nigga name was Supreme Allah. Anybody that ever used to watch Oz, that shit came out when the wire was popping. You feel me? Uh, Joy Moline, what it is, fool? Coolin', man. Man, what's up? What we talking about in the news, though? So this is what I'm talking about in the news. At what point do your quest for fame, because we all want to be admired by our peers. You might not call it fame. I'll check them out in the future, brother. I ain't gonna like break my neck to check the nigga out, but if I come across it and I remember it, I'll be like, okay, yeah, let me see what this be about. You feel me? Like at this point in my life, bro, I'm interested more so in trying to rememberize the shit that I do, because when I was younger and I was aspiring to be a rapper, I can learn a song in a day. I write it and learn it in a day. Nowadays, bitch, I done wrote so much music and I can listen to my shit all day and I don't know the song. I gotta read the bitch off the phone. And I feel embarrassed when somebody who's an artist come out with a song, because I'm far from a hater. So I be able to admire a certain song and I learn they shit. And I be like, what the fuck am I learning this nigga shit? I don't even know my shit. You feel me? And that's embarrassing. So I don't be looking for like, and I'm kind of like, I'm on chill with the rap. What I mean by that is, bro, you think about them niggas in the 70s and they came up through the 90s. This for anybody that grew up in the 90s. All they did on the radio was play what for the old school people? Shit in the 70s. It's like they ducked the 80s and them niggas was stuck in that time frame because they was like, yo, this was the rawest time frame. So me, when I listen to rap music, I be stuck in the late 90s, early 2000s. And don't get me wrong, I listen to new artists when they be coming out, but there's far and few in between because these niggas ain't really popping no shit. Like they ain't really. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, it's hits that come out all the time, but it's hits. They'll have a hit. Nobody got no CD that you can listen to like 400 Degrees, www.thug.com. That's Trick Daddy first CD, which is a classic, nigga. A classic. Fucking nobody got no shit. You can just play that bit the whole way through. You feel me? Wu-Tang shit. You feel me? 36 Chambers, whatever that bit was called. Like some shit you could really get a feel to. You feel me? That Tupac All Eyes on Me, Volume 1, Volume 2. Are You Still Down? Really pretty much every Tupac fucking CD outside of Tupacalypse Now. I was fucking with it, but I really wasn't fucking with like the rest of his shit. You feel me? So yeah, dog, like when niggas start making CDs where they put they heart into, don't get me wrong. I know it's gonna be some young hip hop fans say, what about J. Cole? What about J. Cole? Like, nigga, what about Kendrick Lamar? What about Kendrick Lamar? The niggas just rapping in circles. I need a nigga that not only can spit some shit, but compel me to like really feel that shit. You feel me? Like, it's okay, you got a jam, you got a hit. But these days, hits is forced down your throat. Back in the days, the hits wasn't forced down your throat. It wasn't about now don't get me wrong, they always had some shit called Arbitron rated, where you gotta get a certain amount of radio play, this and that shit. But I'm from the underground radio station where every city had underground radio. So nigga, we was gonna hear about the artists niggas weren't supposed to hear about. And so like the MJGs and 8 Balls was always national, but they got more play on underground radio, you feel me? Them legends, them UGK, like niggas like real deal that kind of got they flowers after they career had them passed. That nostalgia where people clip like look at what's the name? These niggas out here snitching. They with the Rat Pack. When that shit came out, nobody heard that. But the Jits came and they fucking clipped it and then they made it a phenomenon. And then now the song is more popular than it was. Thoughts on Drake? My thoughts on Drake is the human version of AI. Drake, if you cool with a person put typing in some shit and say give me my lyrics, and then they just perform it like karaoke, then that's what Drake is. Drake is the best karaoke singer of all time. Like Drake is the example of you don't need talent, you need likability. You feel me? Drake presented himself as a very, very like the first time I ever heard Drake, I never forget this shit. I did it all on my own. I'm the king of my throne. Stunt hard. And fucking Wayne fucking went hard as shit on. And that was a knocker. So he had a hell of a entry into the game. I didn't know nothing about no Degrassi. I didn't know nothing. I ain't never was into none of that type of shit. So I never knew about that. So this is he come out with Stunt Hard. They didn't know at the time, mind you, at the time he's coming, Drake is at that era of where lyricism was starting to end. Like it was the appreciation of lyricism, and it was more about catchy hooks. So niggas was looking at Drake like a hook man. As anybody who like be on type of this shit like a hip hop nerd from the hood, they'll tell you Drake was looked at as, man, that motherfucker got hooks out this world, and he was on everybody's shit. And I think he did what it took to gain. Like if you look at what he did, bro, I would rather be a hook. You know who Drake came out like with respectfully? Drake was like the new version of Nate Dogg. Back in the days, nigga, Nate Dogg had the rawest hooks, nigga, and could sing his ass off. And that's all you need, nigga. Like, put me on the hot song and let me just do the hook. And I'd rather be on 10 hot songs without my own single than have my hot single. Cause I'm on everybody's shit. And then when it was time for him, he jumped in the game with his own shit, and like I said, he ran with it just singing other people's shit. So that's my thoughts on Drake. I don't got nothing like terrible to say about him. I'm just saying he's a great karaoke singer. Um my white neighbor in her 50s, she just got divorced now and leaves them all over my yard. Any advice? Okay, this is a cool troll. Shout out to the cool troll. First of all, go ahead and give a like because you was in here before and you never liked it when you was in here before. I give you advice, but go ahead and drop. I need to see that shit turn into a 7, and I give you advice. Why can't you even speak correctly? The same reason you don't got your picture up under your profile. I'm being inconspicuous. I don't need you to discern everything I'm saying. Now I'm gonna drop that information since I got seen that 7 pop up. Your white neighbor, and you got a picture of a white person, so I'm assuming you must be white too. So I would say handle it civilly like two white people we expect to do. There's a guy years ago that shot his neighbor in the head, white guy, and he got tired of her. I don't know if it was over snow, it was over something. And he said, bitch, I'm about to come out here and shoot you in your shit. And she stood out there with full confidence of being a white woman, thinking he's a white man, he won't shoot me. And this cracker came outside with a pistol and shot her dead in her head. And then her dumbass husband, instead of calling cops or come out there with a gun to shoot her, he comes out talking shit to the, and then the guy went back in his house, grabbed the AK. This shit, I don't know how many of y'all remember this shit. This shit was like within the last 13 years. It was somewhere in Pennsylvania. And I was like, what the fuck? So I'm always quick to warn white people, don't play with white people. Like, I know y'all get so used to playing with niggas that you think that you could just turn around and do that shit with other white people. You're not under that's I think one of the harshest lessons for people to learn in this life is people are fucked up out here mentally, financially, and every it affects everybody. And if you don't know where a person mindset is at and you thinking, man, fuck it, fucking Billy Bob owns a $450,000 house. My house is 400,000. He would never do nothing like that. You know, a motherfucker throw all that shit away. Cause they're just like tired. They might have been, a motherfucker might have been in the house. I forgot what movie this shit was. And I want to do a movie just like this too. I want to make a hood version movie of this shit. But it was a movie where a guy was about to kill himself. Oh, it's an old school Denzel Washington movie. But I want to redo that movie. And somebody gonna steal his ideas. If you do, then do it better than what I would do. So it was an old Denzel Washington movie where this guy that Denzel arrested is in jail, and he's fucked up because Denzel's a young cop. He's ready to kill himself, do suicide in jail. And then he see Denzel on the news one day. And his whole purpose to live was to get fucking revenge. It was like, fuck it, I don't even want to kill. I want to get revenge on the bitch that put me in here. I say that to say, you out here being badass and this and that, or mistreating people. It might have been a motherfucker that's on the verge of taking themselves out the game, and all of a sudden you want to go step on their feet. What do you think they're gonna do? That's why so many murder suicides these days, because the bitch already on the way out, and you just had to be the one to try to shut the door on them. So if she throwing shit on your yard, fam, I would suggest that handle it amicably, and try to resolve it with her by speaking to her like a human being. Resolve what's the problem. Hey, that I offend you at some point in time, that I do something that I'm not aware of that pissed you off. Did I leave like trash, or was I loud and you was trying to sleep? Do I get up and got a loud car that revs in them? Something that's minute that might be bothering you on my end. Am I the cause? And if you're not the cause, then after that, and that doesn't work, then you handle that shit with the authorities, bro. You're a property owner. And if you're not a property owner, get your landlord to get involved. And if your landlord don't want to get involved, get the hell up out of there. That's her shit. Clearly, she throwing shit because she feel like she owns her property, and maybe some of them people feel like they own your shit too. Especially if you're a renter. Homeowners don't respect renters like that, bro. I'm telling you. So you might got to figure out your dynamics of your situation before approaching her. All right, let me move on to the next. But y'all keep the questions coming, man. Hello, black boy. Hello, faggot. Damn, I didn't mean to say that. Hello, brother. How are you doing? Pardon my tongue. That I got Tourette's. Please forgive me. Um, this guy, I don't know what he was trying to say. Rusty Shackford, free Diddy. I mean, I don't have no opinion on that. Hell, I'm hoping to see more executives go to prison. I mean, they resigning, and I thought that was decent, but I need to see these bitches doing some real hardcore jail time about fucking little kids. Um, Fam say he part Vietnamese, part Haitian. I won't put it past them. Haitian niggas done been across the planet, so that might very much be so. I remember back in the day, I fucked the Haitian Puerto Rican chick. That was awesome. Her name was Victoria. Brother Turn song, I don't know what that is. For me and your fans. Bro, you ain't even like my shit. You trying to do some promotion and shit, fool. Come on, how selfish can you be? I need to see 8 come up before I even read any more of your text. But bless your heart. Ava said, I have none for you. I have a joke for you. I don't play those games, but I respect it. I don't. Matter of fact, I do play those games, but I only play that game with one person, and you're not that person. But bless your heart, if you want to pose your joke and just put it out there, put it out there. But I only play that game with one person, and you're not the person, and I won't break that tradition to appease you. But you can go ahead and say your joke, nevertheless, fam. Movie name. Movie name. Arlington Road. Look it up. Arlington Road. That's my suggestion. Look it up, fam. That's the movie name you need to be checking out tonight. I say it one more time. Like Arlington, Texas, Arlington Road. Look it up. Accept Islam or you'll burn in hell. I will convert all Christians and Hindus. Inshallah. Sup, brother? Man, I'm blessed, fam. Maintaining God is good, kid. Make a choice between going to heaven and hell. You gotta understand this, my brother. If you want to speak from the heart, let's speak from the heart. Ain't no man or woman in this world got a choice of going to heaven and hell, because it's not our choice. If it was our choice, we would sin every day and still say at the end, I'm going to heaven. You don't get to decide whether you go to heaven. You could have did the most, and see, that's called self-righteousness. God, I deserve to go to heaven. You seen all the good I done did. It's not your judgment to make. You don't see people in a dunk contest say, look how raw that dunk was, man. You gotta give me a 10. It's not. It could be somebody that has been robbing all their motherfucking life. And then God say, you know what? I like that motherfucker over you. That's who coming to heaven. You don't get to make that choice, brother. That's self-righteousness. And he gonna see that in your heart that you're self-righteous. And that in itself will keep you from heaven. So just know it's not your choice to put you could try to do the right things to think that it'll align you closer to going to heaven. But you don't get to make that choice. Just know that, brother. Anyway, I have white fatigues. That's all I'm gonna say to that. Um, Thoughts on African migrants to Western countries. If you don't mind being a little specific, that'd be awesome. But if we just talking about African migrants to Western countries, African migrants to any country that's more developed than their country is dope. As long as they can return that knowledge that they learned and acquired from that country to try to go back. Like, I'm of the mindset, and this is just an American mindset, not an African American mindset. This is an American mindset. Had American been a third world country, and who's to say we won't be one day, and I had to migrate somewhere, my mindset is always going to be back home to think that, okay, this is temporary. I'm doing what I got to do here so I can bring this knowledge back home. You did what I'm saying? That's what the goal is. That's what you would have thought America was. It's a place you come, you acquire a skill, you acquire a knowledge, you go to college or whatever the case may be. And then you take that skill set back home and say, okay, I learned the Western civilization. Now let me make this applicable amongst my people, and I could be top dog. But oftentimes motherfuckers get selfish. They come here and they say, fuck everybody back home. I'm American. They put and I heard somebody say it best. They put their country first. I'm Italian American. I'm Irish American. I'm African American. I'm Cuban American. I'm Jamaican American. All these they put they no motherfucker. I don't get to go to Colombia and say I'm Colombian American, I'm American Colombia. Motherfucker, I'ma always be American living in Colombia. If I go to Africa, I'm gonna be American living in Africa. And anywhere else in the world. You are who you are. Accept that shit. And when you do go somewhere else, if your plan isn't to return back home one day, then accept that fuck. Like I'm me, bro. I'll be honest with you, bro. Like America has been so giving to other countries. Like the shit that we allow in America, you can't do in other countries, bro. You can't be rocking no fucking ain't no flag days in other countries. Ain't no flying your flag from your car and shit all in the motherfucking face, hanging your flag, big ass flag in your yard. Like, bitch, I got my own house, bitch. I came from such and such country. Let me put this big ass fucking flag. They don't allow that shit nowhere else in the world except America. This shit is open game for everybody to come and really take a shit on so-called Americans, in my opinion. But I'm just a man trying to get my hustle on. So far be it from me to make any judgments. Um, Even said I did not have a black man in the turban on my 2026 bingo card. But here we are. Here we are, brother. Did you have a black man penis being bigger than yours in 2026 and forever and beyond? If you had that on your bingo card, then you're absolutely right. You're a smart guy. Take the over, not the under. um, Diddy and all who looked up to him are all the same. Let me tell you some shit. They having more Diddy parties than a little bit right now. They having Diddy parties without Diddy. Diddy in there telling them niggas the Diddy parties they're having without Diddy. And you can see how these niggas move. You can see how they talk. They can't even hide it. They've been doing their shit and getting away with their shit for so long. A lot of these people don't even want to be on the camera for too long. Think about it. Most of these artists now, see, one thing about it, they got media training, but then they got publicists because they can't reveal themselves like how I'm talking to you. And then eventually, if whatever it is you feel about me, you're going to be able to formulate an opinion after you hear me speak long enough. If you got to see the artists that you think are the greatest people, the Taylor Swifts or whoever the fuck, You could be like, yo, this motherfucker's an asshole. Or either you gonna probably it's people that you didn't like that you might like more. And people that you like, you're not gonna admire again. They're having Diddy party. Think about what is a Diddy party. What let's just try to paint a picture of a Diddy party without Diddy being there. A party where there's rich people, right? Because ain't no broke people really at a Diddy party. Women are trying to get their name out there. Up and coming women who say they was invited to the party through somebody, a friend of a friend. Now that you're at this party, and I have to quote Ty Dolla Sign, or artist named Ty Dolla. He said, sign this NDA. You can't bring no phones in. Don't step up to the plate if you ain't chosen. So before you step in this fucking party, little shorty, understand you might walk into that room and see Professor Ogre be sucking dick. God bless one of the greatest TV parents. You might see Carl Winslow get hit from the back. You might see Eddie Winslow letting Star, whatever the damn point is, niggas is out here living. White people is out. I seen some shit last night. I was watching Colbert. And the rest of the time of the man who came out on the Cabrera show, he spent the rest of the fucking night trying to make the moment less odd than when he came out. So he come out on the Stephen Colbert show. I don't know what his name is. Y'all can look up whatever episode happened last night. They not even French. Stephen Colbert, last time I checked, not French. The white guy, not French. They give each other a passionate kiss. Embrace each other. At some point, he grabs Steve. Like, what meant? See, this, you don't grab a man up under his chin unless you've done it before or done it in private. So he grabbed him, and then he say, oh, I didn't even ask for your permission. So then Steven, he's a comedian. He tried to make up a joke on the spot. He say, oh, well, can I and then he did it in the same. He's like, oh, I should have asked for permission. But now the crowd, the crowd got like a shit that say applaud and all that. You could, the fucking, what do they call it? Was palpable. The tension was palpable. You could feel it in there. And so then he started trying to shout out his wife. And now it's too late, bro. We don't give a fuck how much you shout out your wife. Bitch, we know what the lit read. This that upper echelon shit is what I'm telling you. And this is what I was gonna start off my cast before I had me first of all, I want to give a shout out to the people that's been consistent in this bitch. This shit has been dropping and up and down, but it's been 2-3 folks that stayed consistent. And because of that, I appreciate that shit really. I don't have a problem when this bitch is at 0. I'ma still pop my shit. But what I'm saying is, before I was going to first say something when I first started this little stream about the rituals, the embarrassment rituals, and are you willing for the money and for everything that comes with the money? There's a lot of shit that comes with the money, but you gotta be willing to take it. Like when they come at you with the bullshit, you never know where it's gonna be at. It could be in front of your mama. It could be at a family reunion. It could be on live TV in front of millions. When they hit you with the bullshit, are you prepared to be a Kanye West and hold your hand out and extend your shit for 2 hours while this motherfucker eat? Nigga, I ain't ready to grab that yet. Keep that plate right there while your bitch record. Are you ready to be an Easter bunny like Meat Mill? Chocolate Easter bunny. You know them? They got a bunch of different kind of Easter bunnies, but you got the tall. I imagine Meat is the tall chocolate Easter bunny. Mind you, that nigga got a long ass driveway. I ain't gonna even stunt. It was funny when I seen the nigga hopping. It was funny for years. That tape been out for years. When I seen that driveway, ain't nothing was funny. Ain't nothing was funny. I said, goddamn, bitch, that nigga Michael Rubin probably sucking bean dick. Bitch, goddamn. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. You think I give a fuck about a bitch calling me gay and it take 10 minutes to get to my front porch? No, seriously, motherfucker gonna call you gay for free. I'm in that bitch just screaming. I ain't fuck hoes all day, every day, this and that. But I got more selective now that I respect myself more. But a bitch gonna still say something about, oh, you're gay. You don't think I can take that with the money? If I'm taking the bitch for free from PS? Nigga, please, bitch. Now, it's about your laurels of what you classify as gay. Meaning that all this shit is gay, right? Man and man is gay. Let's be honest about the shit. But what I'm saying is, I had a joke about this shit last time, but it really ain't funny no more. I'm being more honest than anything. If you suck my dick, that's your problem. You're gay. And this is what I want to say for any trolls that come here in the future. This is what I want to say to all future trolls. I believe every man is gay. Fucking, there's a rapper named Yo Gotti. He got a song called Everybody. Everybody, everybody. And part of the song, he said, everybody gay. And you know why I believe everybody gay? Because as a man, you got to convince me that you will never suck my dick. I know I ain't going to never suck your dick. That's a fact. Bitch, on the high heavens, the low, on the devil's head, the God head, and everybody I love in between, I ain't never sucking no nigga dick, ain't no nigga dick ever going on my ass. That's a fact. So I don't gotta convince you that I never suck your dick or never get fucked by you. Period. You gotta convince me you'll never suck my dick. Cause you're gay, not me. And if you happen to convince me to suck my dick, you're gay, not me. You sucking dick. I ain't sucking no dick. Ain't no nigga putting shit in my ass, nigga. I don't even like taking hard shits. I'd rather drink liquor and let that shit turn to diarrhea. Let that bitch go like that before I put out a big turn. Then you kiss my ass. That bitch will go right back up. I drank some liquor, bitch, and shit that bitch out. Water is stooly, bitch. So my whole saying that back to the meat meal point is though. Oh fuck me, god damn. Look at you niggas. You niggas done made me. Hold on 1 second, dog. My point that I'm making is, dog, back to the meat meal shit. Even the little baby shit. You think them niggas give a fuck about the jokes? I think the problem is this, bro. It's so easy to laugh at people and cheer against people when you haven't gotten that position because you don't feel fucked over by the game. Because we all know the system. The system is we not letting all you niggas through the door. The greatest thing a rich nigga ever told me was, and he was talking about the black boule, if y'all ever heard of that shit. He was like, if we let everybody in, then it ain't exclusive. You see, in order to have anything exclusive, it gotta be exclusivity. That means you gotta include people, but you gotta exclude people. Keep motherfuckers out. Even deserving motherfuckers. Look at the Hall of Fame. They just left a couple motherfuckers that we thought was first round Hall of Famers out because we gotta make this shit seem very exclusive. You know them old school New York niggas, that used to be the shit they used to say when they had raw new shoes and shit. They were like, man, I got these exclusive joints, man. Exclusive, these shit's exclusive. That's like one of the few New York words that ever stuck with me in life. The niggas, even New York niggas don't say exclusive no more. But my point is, it was some shit that not everybody got access to. And so anything you want to make, whether it be fame, and I'm of the belief that we got too many celebrities. I get on TMZ and I look up like they talking about this person died. I'm like, who is this motherfucker? And they talking about the Real Housewife kid. Who the fuck is these housewives? Like I don't know not Nan housewife, bitch. Other than Portia, bitch. That's like the only house. I don't know no other housewife. So I said to say, bro, we got too many celebrities. I'm of the mindset. I remember when celebrities was really meant so. We thought it meant so. Not everybody's got this. We got social media celebrities and shit. I say that to say it's still highly sought after. And people are out here. You got a couple kind of people. You got people that exploit that say, man, how bad do you want this shit? Are you willing to go through this mockery for this shit? You feel me? There's a guy right now. I'm gonna pop my shit right now while I'm in the vibe. He do these things called Miss Burt. He's on Facebook. The nigga better than Tyler Perry. Respect the Tyler Perry. Excellent director, excellent movie writer. I'm not speaking of him as a person. I don't know who he is as a man. I'm just talking about his craft and his artistry. Fucking legend. Legend. Been a legend. I went to a museum in Georgia, and they had a Tyler Perry exhibit, and that shit was stupid impressive. And any filmmaker, writer, if you never seen a Tyler Perry exhibit, you gotta see the shit once in your life. It's a beautiful thing. Having said that, there's a nigga who do these things called Miss Burt. Oh, his character is Crushing Madea character. Crushing it. It's just dead on center, full talent. And yet, guess what? He might not never make it if said individuals say we don't feel it fit for him to be here. That's how this shit work. I'm looking at Tyreek Halliburton, a basketball player that went to the finals with the Indiana Pacers, led his team to the NBA Finals. He said he was a no-star coming out of high school. Bronny James was a fucking 4-star. And the nigga couldn't shoot to save his life. Couldn't shoot to save his daddy life. That nigga be building more houses than goddamn. I can't think of a Bob the Builder. This. But at the end of the day, this is a politics thing. It's all about politics. Anyway, let me keep these comments where it be at. I get sometimes distracted, y'all. Y'all pardon me. Let's see. Diddy and who looked to him are the same. Yeah. The bone smashing is working good on you. I don't know what the fuck that is. You gotta elaborate. Favorite car and why? What do you think of the BMW Z4? Listen. Shout out to Forrest Auto Reviews. This fuck nigga done put me on so many different vehicles, Asian vehicles. It's hard to say my favorite car because it's so many countries with so many different whoops that they don't allow in America. But if we was to, and this gonna sound crazy as fuck, my favorite car of all time is the Chrysler Crossfire, and I'm gonna explain why. It's not the fastest car, I get it, but the Chrysler Crossfire remind me of a sexy ass woman. It's supposed to be taken from the S500, I believe. It's like it's got like an engine that's compatible with the S500, like the engine bay. But the hips on that woman, and I'm talking about the car, but I like to refer to a beautiful car like a woman. That bitch got some hips like, think of a SS350 Nova. I don't know if that's my other car. It looks like a tie. SS350 Nova, like an 88, 86 SS350, some shit like that. Think about them old 86 Monte Carlos when them bitches had the hips on the side. You feel me? No, man, listen, fool. Oh my God. The Chrysler Crossfire look like, you know when a woman trying to show you how thick they is, what they do? They pull their goddamn pants up and they jump. They jump with it like they trying to get the shit up that extra level. And all the hips and the ass is just slanging out the back. That's what a Chrysler Crossfire look like. It look like a woman with a wedgie, with her pants pulled all the way up her ass with a lot of ass. And I just think that's the most sexiest fucking car of all time, dog. Before it's all said and done, I'm gonna have you niggas is about to talk me into buying a Chrysler Crossfire. I wanted to wait on some shit like that, but I'm gonna flip that bitch. I'm talking about a whole nother engine component, whole nother transmission. That bitch gonna be up to date like a fuck. I'm gonna go in on that hoe. But Chrysler Crossfire to me is the greatest car of all time. Before that, it would have been a Mazda RX-9. I'm a simple nigga, bro. Like I'm a type of nigga, bro. I grew up in like South Florida, bro. So we weren't looking at Lambos and shit. Like I'm from where niggas think Celicas is raw. They got a Toyota Celica. I seen a Jamaican nigga with a Toyota Celica with suicide doors on the hole. And not suicide doors. That nigga had Lamborghini doors with a bitch lift up, and it used to be a hinge. It used to be the hinge man. He sold the hinges for $700 a piece. And the shit was so fucking raw, bro. Like I'm into that type of shit where niggas like my car coming up when I was a jit was the 1996 Acura Legend. 1996 Acura Legend. God damn, fool. Like, bitch, that was a beautiful fucking car. My neighbor had one. That bitch was all gold. So, like, nigga, like, this shit. I remember my brother had a 626 Mazda. Those 626 was popping. I'm a fan of all kind of cars, bro. I remember Toyota Solara had they little. I got tired of the Solaras, though. I'm so glad that shit. Hoes used to rock, but people don't even understand. When we think about ghetto women, what we think about? Nissan Altima. That's the ghetto woman car of the century. But before it was Nissan Altima, the hoes was rocking Toyota Solaras, bro. I promise you, fam. So, you know what I'm saying? And I know people think a Chrysler Crossfire probably look like a 350Z. 350Z ain't fucking with a Chrysler Crossfire. And that bitch got the little creases with it. Oh, Lord. So that's my shit. You feel me? Now, as far as my, like, big time car, if I was to say my favorite, like, high pricey car, it'll probably be a Mercedes McLaren. You feel me? A Mercedes McLaren was my shit. You feel me? Like, I was, now, and then, So many cars, bro. 2005 BMW 650i. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. The body on that hoe, Jesus. 2005 BMW 650i, nigga, what? You said, what do I think about a BMW Z4? They straight. And I mean that straight. I think that if I'm not mistaken, the Z4 is that shit with the long ass engine, like it's like a 2-seater and it got that long ass like. I'm not a fan of them 2-seaters with the long hood and shit like that. Like I'm just not, bro. I'm not. You might as well say that shit like a Mazda Miata. It's like a better version of a Mazda Miata. Let me see. Can you shout out my area, bro? I don't know what area. You ain't say what area, fool. Throw the light too while you at it, fool. Cause I've been on 10 light for a hot fuck minute. Is it offensive for me to get 11? Goddamn, y'all got niggas out here talking about nothing, sleeping in the respect to everybody, but these niggas not in the greatest conditions, and you niggas just drawing lights just for these niggas to smoke cigarettes in your face. Goddamn. Um, yeah. Bless every individual is only a part of O. Did you know Jew don't like Islam because Islam recognized Jesus for who he was? Most deaf. That's a fact. You ain't listen. Just in logic of what you just said, Islam you got you know what I'm saying? Islam's always talk about Islamic faith always talk about Christ and his role. It never denied him as a prophet. It never denied him in the Quran. It speaks of Christ in the Quran. But you got the Jews that look at him as a mockery to say that he tore down everything they wanted to use for their benefit. You got to understand, bro. Like, common sense about it. Let's not even bring up Islam. We all know it says in the Bible, the Jews killed Christ. It don't say nobody else killed him. It said in the Bible, the Jews killed Christ. And this is what I want to say to people, though. Because this is where it get kind of convoluted at. Jews, in fact, did kill Christ. But y'all gonna have me talk about religion. God damn, here we go. I'm gonna make this short, though. I don't want to get too deep because then you got to do a lot of thinking. Y'all don't like to think, and I don't like to try to educate people that don't like to think. So I'll make it very simple. Because I understand this before I get to this point. It's about appearance. If I had a panel of people up here with me and I was in a suit and my appearance was looking different and I had these toys behind me and shit, you would be like, okay, this person is more believable. I noticed that because when I see certain people in the stream and they got look like a professional setting behind them, then it's like, okay, yeah, well, let me see what he's talking about versus just non-conventional. So I get it. But this is what I'll say. It said, when it says Jews killed Christ, you got to understand that when he went to saying you've made my father's house into a house of prophet, he also said you people are very superstitious. That's what he said, with the false gods. And if we think in time of people with false gods, we think about Greek mythology, Zeus and Neptune and all these other goddesses and gods that they had, right? Then we got to bring in Roman Catholicism, right? Let's bring it to all this. I'm gonna make a point, and I need you to follow this. You say, well, what does the Catholic Church have to do with this? Well, the Catholic Church was big into slavery, and he did, and Moses Ben was crying about slavery and let my people go, right? You know, because a lot of folks don't like to accept that Egypt is black. I don't know who the motherfuckers is in Egypt now. I'm talking about the original Egyptians was black. Bondage, Caucasus Mountains, and all this shit. Because for me to explain this shit to y'all, all right, let's go back a little bit without confusing y'all. Let's do all hypotheticals, right? Let's say hypothetically when they talk about the biggest disease in the Bible. What was the biggest disease in the Bible? It wasn't AIDS. It wasn't cancer. It was leprosy. But we all know that they didn't have the advancement of technology to understand what albinoism is. This is the beginning of the white man. So when you got a nation full of freaking Africans, a whole continent full of chocolate people darker than me, and now we got all these people, not all these people, but it's starting to get more frequent where we got blonde hair, blue-eyed and mind you, as a parent, you can't kill your child, a real parent. So what you do, you send them away. You take care of them in the cut. They start aligning with each other. And it's just like mulattoes, modern day Hispanics. Hispanics is mulattoes. Black mother, European slave owner comes and dominate this black native land that they've landed in. Fuck the women. Now we got a bunch of mulattoes fucking mulattoes with a forever tan like a Hispanic with a forever tan. That's just a bunch of mulattoes fucking mulattoes. So with that said, then and I hate to use a black person as an example. T.I. is not mulatto. His wife is mulatto. But all his kids is red. He ain't got no dark skinned kid. Red with red make red. Red with red hardly makes black. So if red with red keep fucking red with red, then it's gonna goddamn be mulatto forever. That's what Hispanic is. Now let me bring this bitch back so I don't lose y'all before I lose y'all. So you got these albinos, they start assimilating with each other, fucking each other. Now, mind you, there's only one river that runs north in the entire world. Do anybody in the comments want to get in on this? Let's just go ahead and fill you in with this. It's the Nile River. The Nile River runs north. Where was Moses found? In the river, floating up north. Having said that, the whole place of the Bible is geographically incorrect. I'm offending people with this shit. It's geographically incorrect. The Bible took place in Africa. Its main place that it took place is Ethiopia. And if you want to say, well, what make you think it took place in Ethiopia? Well, let's look at the prominent figures of the Bible. This for Christians. This for even Judaism, Judaism, whatever they want to call themselves. Freaking Moses, because you know Judaism is off the Old Testament. So for all the Jews that want to say, oh, I believe in the Old Testament, fuck Jesus. Okay, let's go with the Old Testament. Moses was black. Well, how do you know Moses was black? Moses had a brother named Aaron, did he not? Where was Aaron's wife from? Ethiopia. When they talk about, they made a movie called 300. They went against an army of 1,000,000. Where was that army of 1,000,000 from? Ethiopia. Whew. But your ass starting to uncover some shit. Hush your mouth. I'm kind of cooking. Okay, so a million man army in Ethiopia. Moses' brother Aaron, wife is from Ethiopia. The oldest Christian church in the world. And if you ever go into a rich person's house, they got the pictures of this shit. They got the original Virgin Mary in their house, which is a black statue with a messed up nose. They always took the nose off so you couldn't see that it was a black person, because if it was thin, you would probably assume it was white. But it's neither here or there. Point is, the original Mary, because a lot of people like to say, we don't know the color of Jesus. Well, if you don't know the color of Jesus, you don't know Jesus. I can't, if the police say, man, did you witness the crime? Yeah, I witnessed the whole thing. I seen who did it. What color was it? I don't know. Then I ain't seen shit. So when you get motherfucker, I don't even buy into when people talk about, I don't know the color of God. If you don't know the color of God, you don't know God. If you're not willing to accept the fact that he's black, you don't know God. You need to make your own religion. We don't have plenty of white men coming. Hell, look at what do you call it? Mormons. Mormons said, I don't like the way this shit. Remix. Bitch, another one. DJ Khaled remix. And they Mormons said, we're gonna do our own shit. So do your own. I would rather you make your own religion and remix it and lie to your people and willingly lie to your people, rather than live a lie talking about you don't know what color God is when it gives you a description. Skin of bronze, hair of wool, fiery eyes. How the hell you don't know? But anyway, point is, let's get back to the point. Let's make this very short. Says, let my people go. In all this Old Testament, we're in bondage in Egypt. We're captured by our own kids. This is hundreds of years. Now we got to understand, the first slave trade started with the sub-Saharan slave trade. It wasn't no transatlantic slave trade. It was sub-Saharan. This was when the Arabic culture was arising, because Arabic has that mulatto-ness in it, which is black and white. This is when they moved to the Caucasus Mountains. They spread to China. They spread to Europe. And China is Asia. I'm just saying China, but they spread to Asia. That's why you got them black people in Asia. The original Asians is black. Look it up. You got what you call Eurasia, where they meet, the Europe and Asia meets, Caucasus Mountains, all that. They evolutionary change because they're living in this thin, cold atmosphere. Hair gets thinner. nose shrinks because you can't breathe in all that cold air. Your body evolutionary changes. So, boom. Now they come back hundreds of years later, and now they've assimilated their own religion. Now it's about sex. So the original slaves started off as sex slaves. It wasn't for no work premises. Now, don't get me wrong. Did we slave each other in Africa already? Yeah, we the first. You gotta understand, when people want to understand black on black crime, you gotta understand we was the first motherfuckers here. Cain killed Abel. Of course, we been motherfucking killing each other before y'all even was in existence. This is a human thing. Lions kill lions. Tigers kill tigers. Cheetahs kill cheetahs. Birds kill birds. So what are we talking about? We've been doing this shit. Every fucking fucked up thing that another race can do to another race or another country can do to another country, we already did that shit to each other. That's the first thing you need to understand. We did it to each other first. Y'all just learned and adapted and got better at the shit than we was. So, point is, they're taking these slaves. They're castrating the men. See, they used to cut men dick off. So when they did use men for slaves, they'll cut their dick off. They know these big man dingoes. You ain't finna be fucking no hoes around here. You're gonna work and you're gonna die. And your willingness to work was what makes you a slave. Your willingness to live. Because you can't kill a person that's willing to die. See, they tried to slave white people too. Now, mind you, when y'all gonna get, I don't want you to get confused. Say, what you mean white people? I thought you said the Arabs was white. I said the Arabs was mulatto, mixed. And obviously it started from black people. But when I'm talking about Anglo, I'm talking about what's the name I'm looking for? What they call these ancient white people. Y'all know the name. I can't think of this shit. Whatever the name was, what they called them white people with the cave, like the Vikings and shit, whatever them motherfuckers was. Them people, when they come along, they tried to slave them too. They called them Maluk. Look it up. And then they called the black people Abid. Abid. Look it up. In Arabic culture, Abid means slave seed, descendant of a slave. But Maluk meant white slave. These Arabics, oh, these motherfuckers got big nuts back then, big balls. That's probably why white people inherently, the ones in power, still fear their ass, because they like, these motherfuckers tried to slave everybody. But what they realized was these fucking white people hard to slave. These bitches rather die. They like, bitch, you gotta kill me. Can you picture trying to get Billy Bob to fucking work? Billy, you motherfucker, you gotta kill me. I ain't doing shit. Kiss my ass. And the nigga up there, bigger than the bitch, thought that, hit that nigga one time in his shit with a fucking whip. Ah! Okay, what you want me to do, boss? Big ass pit bull. White people done made fucking lions jump through fire. Think about it. You ever been in a circus and see the fucking lion jump through a fire? The lion is the most fierce animal on the planet. And the white man figured out how to make that bitch jump through the fire. Now, that's impressive, but it's even impressive too that Africans walk through the wild with that lion. So we done both mastered the lion, but one of them is friendly to that motherfucking lion like, bitch, he don't have to do force and fear with the lion to capture the lion. But the other one, he knows how to operate off of force and fear. So I say that to say, start with the slave trade, sub-Saharan slave trade. They bringing all the people to the Middle East from the Nile River. So you can bring them up through Africa through the Nile, because the Nile is the only river in the world that goes north. Every other river flows south in the entire world. Look it up. So with that said, this is how they're getting everybody to the Middle East. My belief is very simple, and it's never going to change. When Jesus is saying that you people are mythical people, this is the time of Greece. Like, this is where Greek comes into this shit. Greek mythology, Roman Catholicism, all that, the beginning of all that. These people were starting to feel like they had their own God, and they want this black man, Jesus Christ, to say that he's their Lord. He's their Savior. And it's like, no, let my people out of bondage, which is the blacks that they've been getting through the sub-Saharan slave trade. This is why I do believe Jesus is mentioned in the Quran, because he's going against not only Muslims, but he's going against these mythical people. See, it wasn't just Jesus going against the white people. He's going against the Muslims too. But they didn't kill him. It was the white mythical people that said, if you're not going to say you're our God, then we're going to kill you. So now we make that to modern day Israel. I don't want people to think that if I say the Jews killed God, that it was blacks that killed God. Because when I hear the word Jew, the first thing that pop in my mind is black people. I never think about white people when I hear the word Jew. I'm lying. These days, I think about white people. I think about Goldberg. I think about Silverstein, Silver this, all that fucking jury, anything to deal with fucking money. That's all they. It's always some silver or gold or Myers or some shit. You want to find out who's fucking Jew? Look at the bad actors with all the good movies and shit, and that's who the fuck Jew. Look at all the nighttime, daytime hosts, nighttime hosts and shit. Prominent motherfuckers. These people didn't never have to be president because they was the ones pulling the strings. So, and it's been for a long time. So the greatest lawyers, the bankers, Sachs, you know, you Sachs and Goldman and Sachs. That's how you can look Goldman and Sachs. See, it's all about getting to the money. God damn. So at the end of the day, I say that to say those are the modern day Jews. But when I think about the real Jews, it's stolen valor. I think about the black African kids with the little shit on their head. I forgot the name of it. And those are the Jews. The oldest Jews in the world are the Jews in Africa. I look at myself as a Jew. That's why I say you never see they came out. See, Kanye, he's a duck. And that kind of go back into what I was talking about earlier, where I was like, Kanye was holding the tray for a white man. Kanye got lost somewhere along time. Kanye was a real man when he said George Bush hate black people. He said it in front of a Jew. Now that I think about it, he said it in front of Michael Myers. Isn't that funny as fuck? I never thought about that. He said it in front of a Jewish man, and you see the look on Michael Myers' face. He said, "You feel me?" But nah. At some point, they said to Kanye, "Man, listen." They gave him an ultimatum. He made that deal with the proverbial devil, and then they had to take him through an embarrassment ritual, and where he had to say to himself, "Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do." Now he's just so lost in the sauce that whatever. Anyway, I don't want to talk no more about no religion. I done said enough. Gerbert here. Cheers from Giblet, Zimbabwe. Been fishing for catfish in Alabama lately. Beautiful thing. If you ever get the chance, I ain't gonna say where you can find good catfish at. I would imagine catfish everywhere. But man, go to Belglades, go to Okeechobee, go to Pahokee, go to the Everglades, the Florida. Oh man, you're gonna find the biggest catfish that I know in the South. You feel me? Let me see. Wait, are you black? Whatever your phone tells you I am, my brother. I'm brown. Black is my hair. You see this hair? This is black. You should be able to easily distinguish the difference between my hair and my skin. But if white man tells you that I'm black, like my hair, then I'm black. But when I was in school and they gave us crayons, they always taught me the crayon that was my skin color was brown. So you're gonna have to make that discernment if I'm black or brown. Just like the Indian. The Indian isn't red. Hell, this fabric is close to red than any Indian. But if you want to call them red, let's see though. Smiley said, "Hello, what's good, Smiley? Happy Black History Month. I'm a gay Asian man and I love BBC. Bless your heart. Hope you all up well and take all the BBC you can and just treat all the black men nice and don't give nobody nothing and live your best life. If you're not from Africa or have never been to Africa, you're not African. I totally agree. You don't get no pushback from me. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, brother. Fuck you. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I ain't say I was African. I'm teaching you history of Africans, of blacks. I'm teaching you the history of the world. We all hypothetically come from Africa, but I ain't never said I physically came from Africa. I ain't never said none of my ancestors in the immediate, when I say immediate, the last 400 years before there was even an America. I ain't saying that my ancestors came from Africa. I don't believe my ancestors came on no slave ship. No crackers came over here and captured my ancestors. That's why it's so. I heard somebody saying recently in one of the little shits, even though this is old facts, but a lot of people are still learning shit. It was like Christopher Columbus didn't discover America, and all the people was like, "Boo!" It was like, how can you discover some shit that's already capped? Like, people live there. And I'm thinking, even before Christopher Columbus, I even learned in school, and school is washed down. But they taught me in school that the way we got the name America was from an Italian named Amerigo Vespucci. He don't even get talked about no more. Anybody want to give a shout out to Amerigo Vespucci? Can I get a like, 100 in the comments or a love? I guess not. Well, there's a guy named Amerigo Vespucci. That's who they named America after. And he came before Christopher Columbus. And he was late. And he documented. Maybe they don't talk about Amerigo Vespucci because he was the first to highlight like how the land was inhabited by blacks and this and that. I guess like anything dealing with giving us credit, you gotta fucking wipe them out of history. But yeah, like you telling me that if I'm not from Africa, I'm not. Nah, bro. Listen, I'm American, fool. Don't kid yourself. You probably know zero about Africa. And I mean, I don't listen, my brother. I don't take no disrespect from you. You're wrong, but I don't take no disrespect from you. Because you gotta understand, you saying I probably know zero about Africa. The average American don't even know their amendments. If you ask them what's the first constitutional amendment, they don't know. You know who know more about constitutional rights in America? It's the fucking citizens that apply to be American. They make the motherfuckers have to learn this shit. They don't make American kids learn this shit. They don't ask you what's the. They don't tell you, hey man, this is the Article of Confederations. I learned about the Article of Confederations when I got it spelled from school. I didn't learn that in nobody's classroom. I learned some vital lessons in American schools, of course. I learned how to read, but that's about it. I had to teach myself the rest of this shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I say that to say that, oh, and you got to understand, I'm in a country full of information. Would you agree, and it's safe to say that America has more books than any country in the world? I ain't saying we read the most. I'm just saying, do we not have more access to education than anywhere in the world? Our teachers don't teach it, but do we not have that access? We do. So I took advantage of that, bro. I'm an introvert like now. I was that as a teenager. My dad told me a long time ago, I never knew what he meant. And I puzzle myself with it. Sometimes I laugh. I almost take it as offensive. But he said, son, you're going to spend a lot of time alone. He told me that when I was 15 years old. And I spent a lot of time alone. And I just be up all night thinking, reading, researching, thinking, reading, researching. And I met a couple women in my life, only a couple, that was willing to deal with the nerd version of me, where I could talk their ear off and say, did you know this? Did you know that? Well, I can be I don't want to say combative, but I would word it as intellectually combative to where we can try each other and test each other with. And did you know this? Oh, well, and then she hit me back with a point. But seldom have I met that kind of woman that embraces that. This is probably what my daddy meant by being alone. But I like being alone because I'm able to do what the fuck I do, which is stay up all night, sleepless, doing research, watching countless trivial information that ain't gonna fucking do me no good and making no money, other than the fact that I know it and I can share it with motherfuckers who want to antagonize me. Anyway, kid, I gotta go get me a drink. You go, baby, go get me a drink, dog, for real. Um, let's see. You're all right, lad. The good man is his own man. You ain't never lied on that. I totally agree, brother. Um, Silent observer. Hello, sir. Don't swear, young gentleman. You're better than time. That's a beautiful thing. That's poetic. Damn, I like that. You're better than time. Sonic a shadow. Um, I say neither. I say what was the other one? They had Sonic and the other one who was like Sonic, but he wore the red and he had his. Damn, I had that game too. Like I don't know if y'all remember Sega Genesis, but it was Sonic, and then you could buy the other game that you stick in top inside on the top of the Sega. It was Hedgehog, I want to say. No, Sonic is a hedgehog, but it was Sonic and something Hog. I choose him over Shadow. It wasn't Shadow though. It was another one. I can't think of his name. Um, Egypt is in Africa, of course, and that's why the Egyptians were black as me. And then we look at these common Egyptians, they won't even acknowledge it because they feel like they've read out of history. They want to take the imagine that shit though, bro. Imagine somebody writes a song, right? I was thinking about this today. There's a song, right? I'm gonna sing the hook real quick. I know it ain't gonna mean nothing to y'all because we talking educational, and it's probably detract some of y'all. I just want to give a example real quick. Niggas don't know what it means to ride on 3 2s and blow gangsta green. And bitches, they know one thing. And that's my game is tight. I burn day and night and smoke haters on sight. I got that hook for somebody many years ago, and he said, "Listen, young, and I give you the hook, but you gotta kill the verses." And I took my time. I wrote some of the greatest verses I ever could write in life. And he said, "It's your song. I give it to you." And I just knew I was gonna blow it. This many years ago. Never blew up off the song. This is my point that I'm making. If I ever was late in life to blow up, if that man is still living, I will make it my life effort. And this is because of the human that I am. To go find him, his family, and split the royalties 50-50. That's they don't make people like that in this world. I say that to say the reason I would do it for two reasons. Not only am I a real person, but I wouldn't be able to sleep and I feel like such a fraud if everybody said, "Boy, that song so raw, boy, that hook goes so hard." Cause I done saw the song plenty times coming up. Hell, I almost got a record deal off that song one time. And in my head, I can't feel like I'm the like some people like the hook better than the verses, and some people like the verse better than the hook. But when most people like the hook, and it's like I can't just take. But that's what they doing in Egypt. Stolen valor, and they're the modern day people of the land saying, "Hey, well, hey, yeah, man, those are us. We built those pyramids and this and that." And you will come out on a better end saying, "Hey, we're part of Africa and we have a black ancestry and this is how we become the inhabitants of the land." But they don't want to tell it. Just like a lot of Africans don't want to admit that the Islamic culture dominated the Africans in an unjust way. So when I see these Americans saying inshallah, all this shit, and they want to learn Islam, and they be at the synagogue. I done been to the synagogue, all that shit. The point that I'm making is they'll never understand how Islamic culture dominated us before Christianity dominated. And we was the original Christians, but what I mean is we was exploited. It was remixed in America, Christianity. And that's where the Roman Catholic Church comes in, because the Roman Catholic Church, fucking, they was the biggest slave transporters in the world. Bitch, are you kidding me? So I say that to say we've been dominated by both major religions, Christianity and Islam, and they'll look past it and they'll be like, "No, man, your original religion is Islam." No, nigga. That's the original religion that dominated us before the white man came fully took over the Anglo-Saxon. But that's not our original religion. We automatically got our relationship with God. Anyway. Said hi. Uh, Seen past the douchey. These guys. God Davies said, "What doing?" I don't know, fool. Here's a cool one. I appreciate that. I'm so cool. Drop that light, family. Don Keebler said, "Whoa, bro. Who be you? I don't know, man. Bro, I don't know. Why trolls be hiding? Can anybody put that in the comment? Why do trolls hide their face? Is anybody a committed hater these days? Like when I was coming up, they had a rapper called the Mad Rapper. Matter of fact, I was one like I used to think if I ever blew up, I would bring those skits back. He was called the Mad Rapper. He like, I don't like that nigga son. Hey yo, B, I hate that nigga. I hate that nigga music. Yo, I don't like that nigga. And he just be dissing. He sounded like now that I think about it, Donald Rawlins or whatever. But freaking be step in your shit. Wear your shit. Like stand on it. Like get on your real profile and say, listen, this is me. I don't like you motherfuckers, and I'm here to show. Don't get no meme or no skit and say, man, this is fun, man. This is text this shit if I get slang to me. Yeah. I'm cool with the trolling shit. I just like a motherfucker that step into that shit and embrace it more. I clogged my toilet. Listen, you clogged your toilet because your asshole is this big. Your asshole is this big. Nigga, you about 2 diameters from being able to have a legit child. You could be a surrogate mother right now. You ain't never think about making no money off of surrogacy? Or maybe I'm going to start making money. I'm going to start me a business where I find men just like you. And I make money off of surrogate mother men with big assholes that can birth kids. Because you could probably birth the jit right now. If you gotta say it, it's cause it's true, my boy. Most deaf, most deaf. Anyone have a plunger? You know where that plunger at. That plunger done plunged you already. Okay. You'll drink some liquor. That bitch said liquor. You a funny guy. You need help. You do need help. But I'm here to tell you this, brother. Live your life, dog. You get this one life, fam. I am not the judge of men. And I'm going to tell you why. This is why I say I'm not the judge of men. Even though I pop my shit. We don't have, we got these so-called smartphones now, right? Which is spy phones. There is not a single person, even the people that's thinking they type in private. Now, some shit is robots. I don't know how to distinguish what's robot. But what I'm saying is, the people that think they're in secrecy and privacy, you're not hiding from your phone provider. You got a phone carrier and a phone provider. They know exactly what you gotta have an email, even if it's a fake email. That email makes you do phone verification. Every email make you do phone verification. So that shit traces back to your phone, then it traces back to who you are as a person. I say all that to say, Big Brother is watching. Anything you do. And you know how, I think men get caught up because men, we think that, bitch, man, I'm going to keep the phone from this hoe. I ain't going to let this hoe see what I'm doing. I'm texting this other hoe. I'm doing this nefarious thing. I'm doing this nefarious thing. But guess what? Big Brother is watching. Just know that shit. I'm going to get a witness today. Big Brother is watching. He see all the gay porn on your motherfucking phone. He see the search crackhead suck a mean dick. He see all the crazy fucking shit that you niggas type when you want to get your rocks off. And guess what he do in his free time? He get on a private profile and he troll you. And guess what? While he trolling you, somebody looking at him. They had an old episode on Good Times back in the days where they got the lady Malona and she supposed to hide behind this double wall and look at people that's supposed to shoplift. And at one point, I think she go back and try to save the girl and was like, don't shoplift. But then they had somebody who was watching her. So she watching somebody thinking she's like the big shot and nobody can see her. But the whole time, somebody watching her. So when they came and confronted her, she said, well, why you watching me? Who watching you? This shit don't stop. You watching me, they watching you, they getting watched, and the person watching them watching you, they getting watched. Everybody getting watched. So while you out here being right, that's why I say, bro, like, judgment of man, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I understand what his life is at. I understand anything I do in life is up scrutiny and observation. But that's why I also can pop my shit, because no matter what in my life, what a bitch can't never say they ever seen me doing is looking up a fucking child, flirting with a child, That ain't because I'm being watched. That's because I'm a godly child, bro, at the end of the fucking day. And at the end of the day, you're not gonna see me up there trying to fucking screw no kid like these fucking perverse motherfuckers who running the world. So that's why I pop my shit. So would I that's why I say when the bitch come in my feed and they be like, oh, you're gay. Is that the worst disrespect you can give me? The worst disrespect you can give me is to call me a child molester. That's the worst. That's the motherfucker deserve to get their neck and their head cut off in front of their mama. That's the worst. And when you also say the gay part, like I said earlier, I made a joke and I was like, bitch, if you could prove that you won't suck my dick and won't get fucked in your ass by me, then you could prove to me that you straight. But you still ain't proved to me that I'm gay. Cause I can guarantee I ain't finna suck your dick and you ain't finna fuck me in my ass. So how you prove to me that I'm gay? And the last thing I would say after I watched the Stephen Colbert show last night, it just was a reminder that the most permanent man in the world is gay. So if you're calling me a permanent man, who am I the motherfucker denied? Hey, I didn't get here by being no gay man. I got here being a straight nigga who worked hard. But if there's an extra level to climb where I could get a house 10 times as big and I ain't gotta work no more in my back that be whooping my ass and my body be kicking my ass from all this hard work, if I could just chill for the rest of my life and just be a gay rich nigga, you don't think I'll go for it? As long as I ain't gotta suck no dick and get fucked in the ass? Nigga, please. You listen, I'm gonna say this shit and I'm about to end this shit and start like go get me some drink. If a motherfucker came right now, maybe I'll change my mind in the future, but I'm just talking about right now, and said, man, we will make you a very rich man. All you gotta do is let this cracker suck your dick for the rest of your life. Come with it. Michael Rubin, where the fuck is you at with them pink ass lips? Come with it. Come with it. Come with it. I'll be laid back like I'm having a baby. Legs fucking in the V. Suck that dick. Bitch, how much billions and millions? And right after that, I go call up your old lady who keep calling you broke. Listen, I'm listening to the Breakfast Club this morning, and one of the callers said, no, it wasn't the caller, it was the interviewee who was getting interviewed. And I guess Charlamagne made a joke to the little host, the chick or whatever, a part-time host or whatever. And she said, don't shut up because he told you to be quiet or whatever. She said, no, I made my point already. I'm thinking whether it's true or not that she made her point. When a rich nigga say something, bitches shut the fuck up. This nigga 200 M's up. Nah, that's all they keep making jokes about. But you know they say with a joke lies truth. And they see them 200. He was rich before that, but them 200 means something different. That nigga say, bitch, shut up on air. Bitch, shut up on air. Now let a regular nigga with $1 million tell the hoe that. She popping a little shit with a little attitude. 200 million, shut the fuck up. So you motherfuckers got some life-changing, I can fuck all the hoes I want to fuck, and all I gotta do is let the cracker suck my dick. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Come on down, like the price is right. Come on down, bitch. So for any rich-ass cracker looking at this shit, if you like what you see, a man, bitch, I'm a man dingo, motherfucker, man dingo, motherfucker. You like a manly man? You want to get your ass dominated? Fuck, nigga. You want a nigga to make you throw up on the dick? Bitch. How much million you say? Bitch, I'm trying to have a driveway like Meat Mill. Once I ain't gonna lie. Y'all should have never let me see that Meat Mill driveway, dog. That shit changed my life, dog. Y'all should have never let me see that nigga driveway, bro. I need that driveway, bro. I need that long ass. Like they got in one from Broad County, they got some shit called Riverland. I went to New River Middle School. They got what you call Hidden Path. Hidden Path is these big ass houses, $1 million houses now, but they weren't $1 million houses then. And they got hidden driveways. And I always thought that was dope, especially when I used to have to walk to school. Because it's like, you'll see a driveway and you'll see a mailbox, but you can't see the fucking house. It's so ducked off. It's in Riverland. Fucking goddamn, that's what that shit remind me of, bitch. It's like going to a fucking national park. Nigga, that shit was more impressive than a big-ass house. Nigga, you gotta go. Nigga, Mike, like I said, dog, now, I don't talk my shit about the Jews and this and that. But if it's a Jewish cracker that want to eat this dick and I got a big fat loan and you want to make me a billionaire, $100 million plus, come on down, come on down. I don't give a fuck what these niggas talking about gay. Gay my ass, nigga. I'm gonna make sure I be so petty to fuck every bitch you wanted to fuck, every bitch you liked it, loved it, bitch. You mad me, bitch. I'm fucking them all, nigga. With that said, I'm out. Love. Man, I'm gonna read these comments that I'm out. I promise you, dog. I'm about to get up out of here. Somebody say need help. The water is overflowing. Shit on the floor. That's your fault. If you black or you're not, that's cool, bitch. That's law. JK, I understand. Of course you do. Whether you Indian or black or Nigerian, bitch. I don't know. I'm a hood nigga who chasing $1 billion, bitch. And one of these cars gonna make me rich, bitch. I yeah. Let's leave it at that. The only way I could be, even if I don't want to call out no black celebrities. But these black celebrities that there's rumors about that they say sucked it. I'm talking about the rich, but there's only a couple of them. If you niggas see this shit or you a friend of the motherfucker and he think I'm a handsome person and he understand that there ain't no dick going in my mouth and ain't no dick going in my ass, please get this shit to him. If y'all see me famous, bitch, don't ask me no questions, nigga. Just respect my money, fuck, nigga. I'm tired of working for real. The only way I could be happy with the fact I could be good friends to have someone is nice and nice, kind and kind. My friends is who kind of them. Bless your heart. Q said hello. La da da. Bro, what y'all talk about, man? We just bullshit. We kicking shit in here, bitch. You gotta come back and catch the recast of this shit. We just popping shit for real though. You don't know what color God is, and it doesn't matter what color God is. A cracker would say that. Of course, you gonna say it don't matter, bitch. Would it matter if you find out your daddy, your mama only suck black dick, but you supposed to be white? Think about this shit real quick. Now you're gonna stand me being in here, and I'm ready to go drink. I just gotta holler at this cracker real quick, cause it's always the crackers, dog. Bitch, talk about color don't fucking matter. How many black penises have you put in your mouth? Now I know white girls suck black dick all day. But what I'm saying is, what's the majority of men color that you date? And tell me it don't matter. It does. It fucking does. So, kid, this is what white people do. And this is why you motherfuckers ain't going to heaven. Let's just say it was a heaven. God, the biggest sin that they got in the Bible is what God will say to you on heaven. On the day that you're supposed to enter the gates of heaven, what will God say to you? This is how you know a real person that's been going to church for forever or back in the days. You never knew me. Therefore, I what? Never knew you. You never made the effort to learn me. You out here telling the world it don't matter what color I am when I gave you my description. But now all of a sudden you want to tell me that you want to come in. I can't trust you, white bitch. You going to get back here and start planting negative seeds. If I'm God and a white person is trying to get into heaven, and I know I'm so fair because everybody's my child, and I know that you never accepted me because of the notion that I was black. And you've been running around this motherfucker your whole life talking about it don't matter when you knew there's a probability I could be black, but you couldn't accept it in your mind. Why the fuck I'm gonna let you in at the 9th hour? The 11th hour? Why? Bitch, kill yourself with that bullshit talking about it don't matter. Bitch, it do matter. We live in a nation where race matters. We live in a country and a world where race fucking matters. So how the fuck it don't is not applicable when it come to God? You know why it matters? Because you crackers wouldn't be so racist if you knew the motherfucker who decided whether you get into heaven was black. How the fuck you gonna say that don't matter? Right? If you go to a job and the motherfucker who's hiring is black, how you gonna say that shit don't matter? I'm the one choose whether you get this job or not. Fuck you mean? You just sound stupid. Can somebody in the comments, even if you don't like me, drop some hundreds on that shit? I wish I could drop my own hundreds. Think about it. When you go to a job, this shit fucking matters of the person who is interviewing you because they the one decide if you get in. If you telling me race don't fucking matter, thank you. How you gonna say the shit don't fucking matter, but that's the person that decide whether you get into heaven or whether you go to hell? Fuck that. If you don't get into heaven, it ain't no in between. It ain't no purgatory. Well, you just gonna have to wait here in purgatory. It ain't like the Hall of Fame. We're gonna come back in 5 years and we're gonna see if we're gonna review your application again and we're gonna see if you get no, bitch. You get one shot at this shit. You get in or you don't. Ain't no we gonna review you whether you get in heaven 5 years from now. We gonna look at some more applicants and then we gonna see how bad they was and if they underperformed, we'll come back and look. No, bitch. Your resume is your resume. So if you don't get into heaven, you go to hell. So the person that got the power to dictate whether you go to heaven or hell, and you gonna tell me that they complexion off, you're a fucking idiot. You're going to hell. I'm gonna tell you that, bitch. And like I said, obviously I'm wrong because I can't decide whether you get in heaven or hell. I don't have one to put you in. But I would like to think that you're going to fucking hell because I don't want to be in heaven with your ass. Anyway, I don't even want to be in hell with you. He definitely wasn't Korean, I'll tell you that for certain. Man, ho, I'm not even reading no comments that you write from your fate or whatever profile. You talking nonsensible shit. Some people are just willfully belligerent. You feel me? Or willfully ignorant. And it's just, and now I gotta, since you want to talk about man writes the Bible, man writes law. And what does it say in law? It said ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Ignorance of the Bible is not an excuse. You fucking had this bitch in your possession your entire life. And you choose to fucking ignore the obvious. And now all of a sudden you want to play. I don't know. I don't know what color he is. You know what color the president is though, ain't it? Come on, you're an idiot. Don't know our history. Them whites made because we greats. World of men. Man, this whole stupid. I'm not even commenting with this whole. Stop talking to me. Why you so concerned with this channel for? You know why? Because it touches your heart. Because you know what it is. You know what it is. And when you get on your little pink knees tonight, you're going to have to pray to your black God. Like, God forgive me. You're going to have to ask your black God for forgiveness. I ain't got to ask for shit because I been knew what he was. One thing about black people, bro. My auntie spent her entire life with a white Jesus on her wall. And a blue-eyed white Jesus with the two-piece fingers like most of the grandmas did. Even though she ignored that biblical scripture. So niggas, that's the godliness in her. Because black people just wanted to get to heaven and be close to God. You crackers is so egotistical that it really does matter that if he's... See, you say it doesn't matter, but it matters. Because you can accept that he's white. And I'm pretty sure you believe he's white. So you're not going to say that part. You accept that. But what you don't have a bone in your body, a nerve in your brain that will believe and accept that he's black. I just gave you you can't give me the textual strip in the damn Bible from the Old Testament to the New Testament that will believe me to believe that he's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Caucasian cracker with lights in his hair and a pink dick. You can't convince me of that. Because there's no textual script to back it up. But if I tell you he was this big black mandingo, big dick nigga who was a virgin and walked and lived in Africa and the whole Bible was in Africa, ain't none of you. All right, let's put it like this. Let's end this shit like this. The Bible tells you the region that it took place at. The region. Historically, it tells you all the complexion of all the motherfuckers in that region. End of story. Checkmate, mic drop. You crackers was nowhere around. Now, if you want to say Michelangelo or some shit, or one of the saints or something, that's why I said, dog, if I was a white guy and I didn't want to believe in a black God, I'd just be like the dude that created the Mormons. I just go off the rail with the shit and say, well, bitch, we going to create our own religion. Hell, I would be the God. Bitch, I said I'm the God, bitch. But what I wouldn't do is play with God and say, I don't know what complexion he is. And now you done led millions of white people to believe this motherfucker is white. And then when they get there, he gonna be like, bitch, you never knew me. It's a big Ponzi scheme. That's why Joel Osteen that's why I believe the big churches, the big Peter Popoffs of the world and shit, they got off because they realized what it was. And like I said, you know what, another thing you done exposed to me, you never been around rich people. You know how I know you ain't never been around rich people? Because I've never been in a millionaire's house, and I have been in plenty millionaire's house. But I've never been in a millionaire's house where I didn't see black art and black history that I never learned in school. See, I never learned none of this shit in school. I just saw it in the millionaire's house. And I had to go research, what the fuck? Why they got all these goddamn black art? That's y'all dumbass trailer park crackers that don't be knowing shit. Fighting a fucking battle that the rich white man ain't even trying to fight because he know the truth. So far be it for me to go back and forth with a peon who never seen no money, never had no access to real intelligence and shit like that. So it is what it is. And we're done with that. I'm sorry we didn't leave you in Africa. Fool. Check this out, brothers. There's no way I would ever leave the country I'm from. I would ask you crackers to go back to the Caucasus Mountains, but you wouldn't. And I would ask you to leave a couple white hoes with you for the niggas that like white hoes. Because there's some white women that love niggas to death. Bitch, there's some beautiful white people in this world. Bitch, hold on. Let me I'm going to give me some flowers to some beautiful white people. Hold on. Nigga, my therapist coming up when I was a jit. Bitch, Miss Scrickner, wherever you at in this world, mwah. Bitch, I love that white lady to death. My white lawyers, certain white lawyers I've had, two of them in particular. I love them motherfuckers to death. You hear me? Nigga, my lawyers are my friends. And there ain't no conflict in that shit. I view them as family. The day they leave this damn earth, I'm gonna cry. I love them to death. You hear me? Bitch, let us get that understood, bitch. I don't never want, like, I ain't gonna even stunt. I pop my shit on this shit real quick, but I gotta say this real quick. If ever in life, one of the two lawyers that I ain't gonna never say the name, but if one of them was to disagree with my opinion or see this shit, I would feel embarrassed. Not embarrassed with what I said because I'm standing on truth, but I would feel embarrassed because I would never want to hurt one of my two lawyers' feelings. I love them with all of my fucking heart. They could point out a nigga, they could point out a cracker, and say, kill that motherfucker. They wouldn't ever do that, but needless to say, the faith of that person they point out, that's how real this shit is when it comes to just being real. So, far be it from me to say every white person should be expelled from America. No fucking way. I wouldn't want to live in a fucking a world where this is. Let me be careful about what I'm about to say. I would like to live in an all-black American land without white influence, no doubt about it. But if I can't get that, then, bitch, I'm cool with it how it is, you feel me? But what a cracker can't never get me to do is go to a place I ain't never been. You see how you crackers so confused? I got one person in this bitch saying I ain't African and I can't speak on African affairs. And then the next cracker said, go to Africa, go back. Bitch, how you gonna go back to some shit you never been to? You crackers is retarded. Anyway, and I say that with love. Without slavery, you wouldn't believe in Jesus. Hey, got a good point. That's something I'm not just going up and say, oh, well, you're lying. I told you, Pope Nicholas, the Roman Catholic Church, fucking was the biggest slave exporters in the world. The Roman Catholic Church goes with Irish. It goes with Italian. All the motherfuckers is Catholic. French is Catholic. They got so many fucking Catholic churches in Haiti. So fucking look at all the French captured colonies in Africa. All the British captured, Irish kind of captured colonies in Africa. Motherfucker, that's Catholicism. So, nigga, like, to say that slavery is tied into the Bible, and even the Bible says respect thy master. I never liked that part of the Bible. What? Respect thy master? Kiss my nigga ass. That's why I take certain parts of the Bible with a grain of salt. But one thing I ain't taking with a grain of salt is his one thing that never changed. Never changed, no matter who remixed the Bible. His bronze skin. His thick hair of wool. That never changed. So You can try to deny it, and I don't see it. I can't see it. I don't see color you can see color in every other aspect of life, but when it comes to your Lord and Savior, you don't know what the fuck color is. So in that case, you might as well say E.T. is your God, bitch. Your God is a green God somewhere on planet fucking Mars, wherever the fuck you bitches come from. Anyways, you don't know. Like, I'm done with the whole. You don't get your comments read. You don't get your comments read, fam, either. Shout out my boy such and such. That what it is. Uh, who else we got in here? You ever try Ligma? If we talking about that pig tongue, not pig tongue, cow tongue. If we talking about that, yeah, I had that with my dogs, man. That shit was hard to eat. He from my dog from El Salvador, you feel me? And fucking they had a bit. Them El Salvadorians know how to party like a bitch, and them motherfuckers they share. When I say share, you have to go to a party to know what I mean by they share. It ain't no cuffing. And they had the little lingua shit, and they chopped it up with all this tomatoes and onions. I was like, nah, fam. I did it not to offend the culture, but it was just too much for me, dog. I ain't on that. Um, Another fake profile said that he tired of Jewish people living off the government. He said he's tired of Israelis exploiting America. He's tired of trailer park trash exploiting America and living off the government. He said they should give their money to pistachios instead of Jewish and trailer park trash. Well, I'm with you on that, Adam Ostander. You make a good point on that. You make a good point. But don't show your real face, because if those Jewish people find out what you said, they might make you stand on that too. Favorite movie? I told y'all already. I got a bunch. Somebody asked me earlier the movie of the day. I said Arlington Road, because that's just so happened to be on my mind. But if I had to do another favorite movie, I just do a movie that I can never get tired of. The Born Identity and The Born Supremacy. You choose. You feel me? I just like those double cross movies where a motherfucker gotta fight their way out of shit. You feel me? Or U.S. Marshals with Wesley Snipes and shit. Like those movies where you get framed by your own people and it's a double cross, and now you gotta go back and figure out who the fuck crossed you, and you're dealing with all type of technology and weaponry, and your phone could be used against you. That type of shit. Those are always the dopest movies. Um, I like airplane movies too. I don't know why I like the movies, like airplane movies and shit going down on the plane, but I do. Um, Dark Sage, why you black? Um, I'm black because I can't get skin cancer. I'm black to protect me from the UV rays from the sun. I'm black because let me be respectful with it. See, you almost got me. I had some stick up for to say, but I want to show that love though, like my real love. I'm black because white women love it, and that's the best respectful way I could put it. White women love a black nigga. You ain't heard? Go talk to your mom about it. She'll tell you. On these comments, most deaf. He can't hear you. I can hear. I'm just not bothered. I guess. I love your shadow very much. I appreciate that. You would love something else, but in order to know, I be being casual with it. Yes, Africa is largest country. Africa is actually a continent, brother. I I love teaching people too. Like, it's always a teaching a moment. You feel me? You mean it's the largest continent? Most definitely, it is by far the largest continent. A lot of people don't put it in the context how big America is in itself. To put it in context, how big America is, Florida is probably more populated than any country in Europe. That's the best way to put things in context. The state of New York, the very small state of New York, has more people than any country in Europe. We have states in America that could be considered countries in Europe, and it's bigger with a bigger GDP. When I mean GDP, gross domestic product, they make more money, generate more revenue than countries in Europe. So it's safe to say I'm from the country of Florida. You could be from the country of California, the country of Texas, the country of New York, the country of Illinois. Those 5 states right there that I just mentioned. Hell, this the real. Man, listen, yeah, let me leave that there. Um, what's this guy talking about? Israel, Africa? I don't know, man. You're so sweet. God bless you, dear. Awesome, awesome. Uh, hey, I'm gonna repeat it, cause like I said, we fought with the trolls. Um, Kane and Sin said, "Get on my level. I'm balling so hard. I watch gay porn to study the cinematography, the symbolism, the subtext. In as far as the realm of porn, back in my days coming up, they used to have this thing like Cinemax After Dark and and all those Showtime and shit. I think HBO has some shit called Real Sex. Now Real Sex, oh my God, that was the shit back in the days. They had Tactical Confessions. They had Real Sex, which would come on like I don't know. And then they had like Sex Around the World with that show. I had the tapes where I record these shits when because this is my point. I never got into those little soft porn movies back in those days when I was a teenager, where you can't show nothing but titties, and all you see is the man already supposed to be inside the woman, and he can't really do nothing but be inside. That was always silly. But the cinematography was, you got to snap your fingers because it told stories. I've never been the type of guy that wants to see a guy play as the burglar and break in the highs and he fucking the bitch and the rope. I'm with the get right into the business, bitch. Get into the business. I always like the amateur porn. Some shit where a motherfucker filming that bitch from up top and bitch the shit kind of rocking. It's a little bit off center and shit. That type of all that extra shit. Nah, okay. That's why I don't like porn stars. The last porn stars I was into was the chick who had a tattoo on her booty. It used to say D apostrophe ass. K Key. Matter of fact, I did a show with K Key. Lethal Lips and K Key. They some real porn stars. Look them up. I did a show with them one time. Club Boca. It was a movie. It was a movie. Maybe I'll put the film out one day. Shout out to both of them. But let me see. Melocott said type shirt. I guess he meant to say tight shit. That part, yeah, for sure, my fam. Yes, sir, my boy. Love, fool. Where the hell is this place? Yes. What are you talking about, man? Dog, I don't know. You come in the room late, dog. You just gotta like pay attention, bro. Like get discernment, fool. One person, what are you talking about? How are you feeling today, man? I'm feeling like $1,000,000. Would you believe me if I told you that? Would you believe me if I told you I'm feeling like $1,000,000, dog? I'm feeling the love, dog. Okay, I'm finally at the end. See, I can't imagine never getting a bigger screen because this shit was exhausting to read in this amount of comments. Think about those streamers that got shit just steady going and steady going. And they be ignoring motherfucker, but I be trying to show everybody love though, bitch. Um, Khaled said, where you from? Man, I'm from the great country of Florida, bro. I'm from a nice tropical country called Florida. Maybe you heard of it. It's dope. It's dope. Australia is huge. Australia is huge and uninhabited. Everybody live on coastal lines in Australia. The fucking middle of Australia is nothing. It's not that it's inhabitable. It's just y'all never took the effort like the people, because y'all not from the land. You got to think about it. And this is what I was telling somebody earlier who asked me why I'm black. If you go to a place and you're not the originator of that land, the land might not be for you. So you're gonna have to fit. Like if I go live on Mars and shit, I'm gonna have to wear a special suit and stay inside of a atmosphere that is meant for me, where I can. It's conducive for me. If I go out into the elements, I might die. So if you're not an aboriginal from Australia, you're gonna have to live to the coastal cities, more wind chill, get in that water, be able to soak in the water, stay in the house and shit. that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Australia's huge, but it's not habitable versus America is habitable all over. And that's why we got so many people in so many states that's bigger than a lot of countries. So with that said, man, y'all take care. Love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all showing love. All my trolls, first time trolls, I welcome you back to the cast later, man. And y'all take care, man. Run it up, man. We're gonna run it up next time for sure.